Yo, 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 what is going on, Mobile Sports fans? I am Sudden Death, and today I'm joined by Manthus. How you doing, sir?
Pretty solid ready to get into these North American semifinals.
Indeed, looking forward to it. Today we got Inevitable versus Elevate coming up. But before we do so, let's talk about the prize pool information, just overall information here of the Embers Victory Tournament. Manthus, I'll pass that on to you.
Yeah, of course. We already talked about the prize pool a lot through this tournament, but we'll go over it once more. So you can see first place will be getting a total of 500 US dollars, 15,000 COPS credits, 5 points for the World Championships, five mobile esports emblems for five of the players, and 500 MES credits as well. Second place will be getting 100 US dollars and a few other prizes as well.
Lots of stuff here on the line. The bracket popping up here. You can see we are here in the semifinals. We've had a bunch of teams work their way through to this moment. If you want to check out the previous matches, you can do so on the Mobile Esports channel as video on demands, but do that after the stream's over because we're going to have some exciting stuff to watch here live. Let's take a look here at the teams playing. Once again, Elevate NA or E8 for short, and then Inevitable, or it looks like they're doing a Nev right there for their clan tag. Inevitable versus Elevate NA. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Who is going to be taking this? There should be a poll popping up here in just a moment. Elevate has some impressive stats you can see here on screen, some great achievements as well. Minthus, you want to break this down? You see anything special here? Maybe a specific individual or individuals that you're going to be watching out for?
Yeah, I mean, I know just off the rip in the North American scene, I know that Chris and Vape are probably two very, well-known players, at least with a lot of previous achievements. Also, looking at the team's achievements in general, I mean, the past two circuit season fours, they won. The first 2 months in the finals, they did come second place, but they're still looking pretty solid with a total of 50 maps won and 24 lost.
Yeah, I'm looking at the win-loss ratio. I mean, look at Vape, 79%. Chris, 72%, 71 for Triton right there. Pretzel, 69. You got the starters here with a very, very high win-loss ratio right there, and also very good KDs as well. I mean, 1.3 for both the top two, Vape and Chris right there, and then 1.25 and basically 1.2 for Pretzels and Triton respectively. Well, let's take a look here at Inevitable. It was Inevitable. We're going to take a look at their stats and a little bit of a newer team here. They don't have as many achievements. Well, actually, nothing there to their name, but they're looking to add some achievements there to that board today on this stream by making their ways into the finals match to take on the other group of semifinals, which will be taking place later today. You can see the teams here are the players on the right-hand side. Is there anybody sticking out to you specifically? Prada is a familiar name, but besides that, I don't really see anybody else sitting on here that looks familiar. I mean, but looking at Prada stats, 4.29 KD and a win-loss ratio of
Yeah,
100.
that's pretty.
Played one
I'm
match.
guessing that was just probably one map, and he kind of popped off. That's probably what happened there. And that I'd say that's fair to say, considering his rating is lower than the others. That's usually what
Yeah.
happens when you only play that one map. Is you get like the insane KD, but your rating is lower.
Yep, exactly, exactly. But yeah, I mean, really for me, Prada's the only name sticking out. I mean, I'm sure these players could be playing under different names, but when you start looking at the win loss ratio and whatnot, you can see that it is lower compared to Elevates. It will be interesting to see how this best of three goes. Well, let's look at the maps we're going to be playing on because that's definitely going to come into play when we're talking about how these matches can go, depending on what maps these teams will be playing on. So let's go ahead and run through those right now. Port is instantly going to get the left swipe out of there. Interesting because of the EU Asia side, we saw Port a lot. Grounded is going to be the first map right there. That's Elevate's pick. And then we're heading over to Bureau. I love that. Some very basic, or not very basic, but very traditionally style and paced maps. Plaza and Legacy both getting axed. Is a Canal's going to be the decider map here? That's what I'm thinking we're going to be down to. Yep, Canals is going to be the decider map. So a very traditional kind of setup. I mean, Grounded, Bureau, Canals. It doesn't get more traditional than that, I would say, inside of Critical Ops. Just the way the maps are paced and set out, and the overall coalition advantage, take for example like Port, which we saw a lot on the European and Asia side of things, where the Breach can have an advantage if they know how to play the map properly. But again, most of these maps we'll be playing on are somewhat coalition sided, so the coalition will have somewhat of an advantage coming into it, but it might not might not be needed. Grounded is an interesting map because the coalition usually have a big advantage on it, and for whatever reason, it usually happens like this. The coalition will run up the score. It might be like 8-4, 10-2, something like that. And then once the flip comes in, the score gets really tight right at the end. The team that was on the breach side that gets flipped over to the coalition side then it makes a comeback or very close to a comeback and gets the score a lot closer. We'll be interested to see what happens. Chat YouTube poll has just been posted. Go ahead and make your voices heard in that poll, whether it be Elevate or Inevitable winning, and let us know what you think the round count will be in the comment section down below. Let's go ahead and hop here into the knife round. We'll get rid of our rambling faces and just keep our rambling voices on here. Actually, you guys gotta stick with our rambling faces for just a while longer while we take a look here at the knife round. We'll see who's starting out on the other side. Lyrax, I don't know if that's totally true. I mean, they could just be playing under random names. We'll see. Maybe they got something exciting prepared for us. We're going to see here. Start out with the knife round. We were watching Pretzel's perspective. We're top hopping out here. Coalition Blender over here on the right-hand side. And this should be a pretty easy terrorist one, as they have two-man advantage. And yeah, Elevate just smacks him down. I think Pretzels was the only one that got salt in his wounds there. And we'll see which side Elevate decides to start on. It looks like they'll be starting out here on the breach side of things. Chat, again, let us know your thoughts in the YouTube poll. Drop your votes down in there, who you think will be taking this, Elevate or Inevitable, as well as give us your thoughts on what the round count will be. Is it going to be 13-8, 13-2, and who will be taking that W? We are live, and we should be hopping on over into the match right now. I'm looking at the YouTube poll. There's 25 votes in, nothing crazy, but it is only a 4-point spread there. 52% in favor of Elevate, 48% in favor of Inevitable. That's interesting to see. Here we go. Map number one, round number one underway, and currently in a 4 versus 4. Manthus, what are you seeing here on the breach side? Looks like they're pushing here towards this B site, but they don't have the bomb in hand.
I mean, you know, interesting buys. I'm seeing a few revolvers. I usually don't see that weapon being bought much. I know in the new meta it's going to be a lot more popular since they reworked the damage on it, but as of right now, it's not really too popular of a weapon. Looks like Prada's sitting at 2 HP on this tower truck angle here. Still a whole minute to play with for Elevate, and they do have all their players bunched up around B right now. I don't know if they're going to be able to go for rotation play, but they got to deal with these head glitches, so it's going to come down to a lot of the raw aim from them. And two of those LA players can drop to make that 3 as Silver doubles up with the P250 in the long-range gunfight. That's something I was not anticipating to see. And it's going to leave Juvie last man alive. He is able to secure the bomb. I don't know if he's going to try and go for rotation or not. I mean, I think that's kind of a, a very obvious play for him to be going for it. He is going to spot a player running towards the A side, and yeah, this man's about to get surrounded from everywhere at this point. He's able to pick one up on the Silver, though, as he sort of pushes up through B-mid by himself. But yeah, 18 seconds on the clock, and at this point, Juvie needs to just focus on trying to die before the timer runs out. He's going to get spotted out there from A-mid, and yeah, there it is. Inhale, going to finish up the kill there. So now we'll picking up that pistol round. And it's looking like they're going to be forcing as well. Trying to see if they can't secure the next few rounds.
I don't think it's a bad decision for them to do that. Again, the Coalition on this map seem to have just an odd advantage. Again, I think all the maps have a Coalition side, but I won't go into that. But this map's, for some reason, the Coalition usually can just have a huge advantage over the Breach. And it's that flip where, of course, when the flip comes in, then the Coalition had the advantage, and the team that was previously Coalition are on the Breach. So forcing up, trying to get as many points on the board, especially against a team that is Elevate, I don't think is a bad decision here. You can already see 2 players down for Elevate. Annoyed just got dropped there by me. Try to go back and forth with that shotgun, but it's going to be me, Ra, there, doubling up with his SF50. That's already 3 players to his name. Juvie, the last man left alive once again, rocking the MR96. He's, maybe he's feeling lucky. I'm not quite sure. I don't think he's feeling lucky at all today. That punk Prada is going to drop him, and Inevitable takes their lead up 2-0, and it almost seems like it's inevitable that they're going to move into round number 3 with another point on their side.
I don't know, it might jinx it. We could see Elevate looking to full buy this round. The AKs are coming out on their side. We still do have one bonus weapon on the other side as well. So I mean, for the most part, I think Elevate, they're looking to see if they can't win this round. And it's looking like we're going to be taking an A execute in response. Oh, and that player is going to miss the smoke because he's full flash, and it's going to make it just a little bit harder for Elevate to push through, allowing Silver to double up. And there's Cole responding with a pick as well. Bass finding a headshot onto Juvie. Vape going to be the last man alive, but the utility dump just went in Inevitable's favor there. Vape managing to find another one though, and he's in a 1v2 scenario. Smoke coming out to, you know, secure his cross. He's technically has access to the bomb right now. I don't know if Inevitable is going to let him go and go for that plant. Ooh, Vape going for a risky play, pushing through the smoke there. I don't know if Prada's going to expect him here. And we have a bit of a jumpy coming out from Vape. It's not going to work in his favor though. And that's very interesting. Always see a lot of, you know, NA players. They like to go for the jump peaks and stuff like that. I noticed that specifically in NA, and I know they're reworking it in the new update so that you can't really like jump peak as well anymore. So I wonder how that's gonna affect the North American meta.
Yeah, it'll be definitely interesting to see how that goes. Have to come up with something different. Round number 4 here. Inevitable up by 3. Looking at the win-loss ratio here. Would definitely have, 25 maps with an 80% win-loss ratio. That's really, really nice there for Elevate. 1 time played on Grounded for Inevitable, and 1 win there, putting them at 100%.
Oh, what a nasty headshot from Vape. Oh my goodness, he's gonna double up with the jiggle tap on Inhale. Wow, this man is a Deagle demon. Oh my goodness. Just picking up with the eco frags on Vape there, and he's gonna even it up to 2 versus 2, allow his teammate to grab a weapon as well. This is looking extremely winnable now, even though they were on an eco buy. And Inevitable, they're gonna have to, you know, slow down. They do have the bomb in their favor. So it's gonna come down to how Elevate chooses to execute pushing for this bomb. It looks like they might be going through storage, but unfortunately for them, Silver is waiting on the other side with that AUG in hand. He's gonna be waiting for them to push into his crosshair right here, and he should be able to get at least one, statistically speaking. He's able to wallbang and find Juvie, leaving Vape the last man alive. Surely he got spotted alongside Juvie as well, and they're going to be running away. Only 27 seconds on the clock, so Vape is going to have to make a move very soon, but I don't know if he's going to be able to pull this one through, and it's going to be Silver holding that leg peek to take out Vape. And Inevitable starting really strong with a 4-0 lead. Elevate almost managed to pull through on that eco round. They managed to, you know, at least put a nice dent in the economy of Inevitable coming in round number 5.
Looks like Silver disconnected for just a second, but is now back. 8-2 there for him. 6-2 for me right below. Inevitable not playing so bad early on here in map number 1. Yeah, Elevate. Juvie coming in, gonna drop down me. It's Silver going down to the, gonna drop him quite quickly after that. Pretzel and Vape there in the kill feed. Vape doubling up with that SG in hand. It's 1 player left alive. And I'll tell you what, Inhale better not inhale too deeply, or he's going to give away his position here. Neslo moving down, and there should be an altercation with him versus Inhale shortly. Or it might actually end up being Pretzels. HK here in the hands of Inhale. That's not a bad weapon to be rocking in a 3 versus 1, in my opinion. He's got about 60 health to his name. It's not a great amount, but it's also not a too small amount. Pretzels are going to find it, though, twist him up, popping at top like Soda Pop, and Elevate putting their first point here on the board in round number 5. Is this the mark of a little snowball forming for Elevate, or just a little bump in the road there for Inevitable? We'll have to see as we move into round number 6. Looks like we have,
looking at the money there, they don't really have a full buy from Inevitable, so we could see Elevate statistically picking up this one.
Yeah, you should see. I mean, it's a very broken buy coming in from Inevitable. They're trying to save a little bit of cash. I think it's not a bad decision here for them. Amazing with the Deagle, going to try to prevent them from coming in through Cart. Silver wrapping around here. Prada also having the AUG. Me trying to dodge some bullets here. He hears Pretzel coming in to fire a couple shots, trying to drop it, but isn't able to do so. It's Annoy going to put it on the ground. Juvie finding Inhale, but wasn't before he was able to drop down Pretzels. Neslo going to eliminate Silver. Prada was the last player left alive, and Annoy was able to finish him off. And Inevitable losing that round right there. They now only lead by 2 here as we move into round number 7.
Yeah, now we're seeing a bit of a broken buy coming out for them. I don't know if that was just lack of communication or what, but we can see some of them are already forced up, whereas others not so much. I mean, well, I mean, they have force, but it's just the money wasn't there for them to go for a good buy. So I feel like they probably would have benefited more from taking the eco here. But it's looking like they're going to see what they can do with these burst assault rifles. Elevate, looking to see if maybe they can execute an A fake, and looks like just little utilities, all they needed to bait out 4 rotations from Inevitable. They have 4 players on the A side right now, and now Elevate is prepped and ready to take the B side. They're already going to drop Inhale, the only man playing on the B side, and Silver is going to be the only hope to delay this push as his team comes in for this rotation. Elevate stacking 3 players towards that B-long area as they get ready to push up. And it's going to be Cole on this head glitch. They're going to have to deal with that here. The question is, do they have the utility to make this cross happen? So we're whiffing some shots there. He's going to get flash and forced to back up. And Elevate, just like that, easy peasy bomb execute for them. They're going to be getting that bomb planted right now. Some nice money for them. Prada is just getting utility dumped here over towards tower. There's nothing he can do about it. And Elevate, yeah, they're looking to close up the lead that Inevitable has as they head into round number 8.
Well, what looked like a promising start here for Inevitable has almost completely evaporated. Elevate one round away from tying it up with the momentum they have and also the cash situation they have. They could easily go into the flip up by 2, if not a little bit more. Bath is the only one who went and opted for a primary weapon. Everybody else is rocking Deagles. Bath about to pop around the corner, see if he can find any of Pretzel's salt. Looks like he's going to have an altercation with him. He's thinking about popping around. He's right there on the cart. Pretzels is here. He's peeking in the corner. Have an altercation right now. Shots landed, but ultimately Bath is going to lose his water there to Pretzels. Inhale down very low on the HP. Trying to find Annoy, but his trigger is just a little faster there. Me coming from behind. Wasn't very confident in his shots. Is able to tag Neslo a few times, but not drop him. Prada was the last man alive. Vape gonna finish him off, and we're all tied up here, folks, as we move into round number 9. Again, Elevate seems to have the momentum here on their side to go ahead and take the lead in round number 9. That being said, though, Inevitable. A couple HKs being bought, an AUG, as well as some SA-58s. On their side, they're definitely still gonna have some cash to work with here. They're not down and out just yet. They really need to get this round, though. They lose this, and they're going to be sitting in a little bit of a difficult spot. Inhale first to strike, finding Vape. It's kind of funny. Inhale killing Vape. Miron giving away his position. He's going to get shot here on his right side. He's actually trying to get out of there. Annoy, though, is going to finish him off finally. Prada positioned perfectly to find him. Teammate Pretzels is going to come in and put him out of his misery before he can drop down. Annoy right there. Inhale and Silver, the last players up to live. Now that's Silver. In this 1 versus 4, make that a 3 now as he puts down Pretzels. HK in his hand. Again, I like this weapon in 1v3, 1v4 situations. It's a good one to have. You can play kind of close range with it, and you definitely have some long range advantage compared to other weapons. A lot of damage being dealt by this gun too, but you really have to hit that first shot. Juvie is going to pick Silver off there, and Elevate has won the last 5 rounds without any issues. And it's looking like they might be taking round number 10 as well, but we'll have to see. There's still a minute and a half before we'll ultimately see how round number 10 ends. What you seeing here, Manthus? What's sticking out to you? Does it look like Inevitable has any juice left in them, or is it just inevitable here that Elevate is going to be winning map number 1?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the buys every round, and I feel like Inevitable are a bit afraid to, take, that eco round that they need. I mean, it's just like when you keep seeing split buys like this coming up for them, you're just, instead of having 5 gunfights you could win, you're reducing that to like 2 or 3 just because your whole team doesn't have good weapons. And it's like, I don't know, I feel like that's, a lack of teamwork. Maybe Inevitable show in why they're the less experienced team here, just based off of the economy that they've been running with during this game. As we say that, Inhale gonna be doubling up with the burst though, proving me wrong about that gun. And tripling up as he headshots with a P250. Vape, last man alive, lurking over towards the A mid with an SG in hand. He's gonna have to deal with Prada here. And that's gonna be the gun drop from Vape. Prada able to secure an SG. And just as I was saying, Inevitable is not looking too solid as far as the economy. They pulled through that round despite having worse weapons. Man, take a look at the scoreboard. Silver going 12-7 right now. He is popping off for his team.
Yeah, but on the bottom of the scoreboard there, Bath 3-8. Again, KD doesn't play the whole role in it, but really you can kind of see the story here where before you go into the flip, you have a couple players like that on the bottom of the scoreboard. They're trailing against the team like Elevate, if whether that's nerves or sweaty palms, whatever the case may be, they need to go ahead and get that checked if they want a chance here. They go into the flip. Me coming up with a nice wall bang there, but quickly eliminated by Vape right after that. Vape tagged a little bit by that frag, but not able to drop him. Prada finding Juvie, and the momentum seems to be here in favor of Inevitable right now, as Bathis finds one, almost able to get the other one, but his teammate Prada is going to pick up that read frag. The last player for live here is Neslo, the Euratio in his hand. He's got 3 players to find. He looks like he's going to get the first. He finds Prada, destroying that handbang right there. Picks up an SG. I think that was a wise decision, and is going to fully avoid that flash. Or maybe he didn't. I thought he did. Was that a second flash that had been thrown? I'm not quite sure. I missed some animation there. Neslo finds Silver, now down in a 1 versus 1. You can just see the experience here for Neslo, taking this nice and slow. He realizes where Inhale's at. He can hear him breathing heavily. Or maybe not. I thought he could. Inhale has, I think, heard Neslo and has repositioned himself. Neslo going to make his way over here to this B bomb site and get this bomb planted. Plenty of time to do so. I don't know if Inhale has realized this yet. Is he still playing? Yeah, I think he's finally realized what has happened here, and he's making his way over to that B site right now. That bomb has been planted. He has a frag grenade here in his back pocket. See if he can be able to work with it. Neslo, 33 HP, 100 here for Inhale. He does have... There he goes. Finds the footsteps. Well played there by Inhale. He will have plenty of time to defuse that bomb. And Team Inevitable, we're retaking the lead here. 6-5. 1 round away from the flip. Best case scenario here for them. They go into the flip up by 2. Obviously, worst case or best case here for Inevitable. They go ahead and take it to tie. 6-6.
It was kind of an interesting play by Neslo in that round. I couldn't help but notice he had a smoke in hand and he chose to smoke tower, even though he's pretty confident that he was playing on the A side. And I feel like if the smoke would have been used to help him get off site, he would have had a better chance of winning that round out. But unfortunately, the play just wasn't there for him. It's going to be Inhale to stop this B push right now. We got some spam through the smoke, but he's going to stop shooting as he gets flashed. And somehow, they've just made their way through the B site, dropping both players off the rip. I don't know. I think he was flashed or something. I don't know what was going on there.
It was odd. Yeah, that was really odd. He must have been flashed or something. I was trying to see if he was, but again, I couldn't see the animation.
There's so many smokes down on the ground right now. Oh my goodness, I don't even know what's going on right now. This looks like some weird stuff going on. It's gonna be cool with 6 HP and that ratio, but he's gonna get dropped. Bath Life and Life doubling up, gets that headshot onto Neslo as he's holding that tower truck. But he's gonna have to deal with both of these players B mid before crossing into side, and that's not gonna be easy for him. He's gonna spot one out though, gonna get some damage onto him with the tags. And I don't think Bath knows they're both playing B mid, so he's gonna have to deal with both of them. But oh, he's able to find the kill on Juvie. Maybe I lied. And now Bath, pulling out the gun. The clutch was definitely possible for him, but Vape is going to clean it up right there. And Elevate looking pretty strong coming in the coalition half. Having any time you're in a tied half on this map going in coalition side, I think you're set up pretty nicely.
Yeah, you are. I think you're like you said, you're set up very nicely here coming into the flip all tied up. You're only gonna be on the coalition side now. Like we said at the start of the map, there's something weird about the coalition side usually ungrounded. They can just take huge leads. And then once you go into the flip, you can go ahead and retake that lead or bring it back if you're on the breach side. However, Elevate played very, very well on the breach side, not allowing Inevitable to go into the flip being up at all. Now they're here on that coalition side, and all they got to do is play it well, and it should be a fairly easy map number 1 win for them. But we're going to see what Inevitable has to say about it. Flashbang coming in here. It's going to be Annoyed. The first to strike. He's finding one. Tries to get the second, but Bath is going to drop him down, dumping a bunch of water there on his head. A minute 15 left here in the round of number 13. One player has been dropped for each side now. So Me's full name is Miracle. Don't know why we couldn't have spelled. I guess Miracle was taken. That's interesting. I just
Miracle. You know, now that you mention that, I'm seeing it. We were calling him like Me and Cole. Now we're realizing that is Miracle indeed. It makes sense now that I'm seeing it like that.
It was a miracle. I hadn't seen it beforehand.
Interesting buys from Elevate. I can't help but notice the P250s. I usually don't see them too much on this map. So I always
Yeah.
find that interesting. Vape getting ready to throw a frag here as they peek him. Oh, the headshot from Bath, but that nade is going to get some damage in return. Juvie finding a headshot with a revolver as well. Man, these frags is doing a little chip damage, but not too much. Oh my goodness, though, Juvie has been tapping people with this revolver. Almost is able to get a third that round, but he's going to get dropped by Silver before Pretzels evens it out.
I am impressed by the way Inevitable is playing. Their skill wise, individually seems pretty good. What they're lacking though, I think, is just some more team chemistry and team communication. They seem and they seem to be a little more nervous with just some of the plays they're making and the way they're positioning themselves and just switching back and forth between guns and knives and whatnot when they probably shouldn't be, which is understandable here, being a newer team going against a team like Elevate here in the semifinals of a tournament. But if they can get those nerves under control, I think they can have a chance here. Vape double off the SA-58, finally going to get put out of his misery there by Bath. Bomb has been planted here. Miracle was that bomb planter. 2v3 now. A noise sitting outside, HK in hand. Oh man, FPS timing so frustrating, but he has enough time to flick back around and force that player to back away. Bath gonna find Pretzels, evening the body count board up here 2-2. Neslo finding Miracle and looking for that last one. Neslo doubling up. Plenty of time to defuse the bomb, and Team Elevate winning that round here. There will extend their lead up by 2 as we move into the next round here.
Yeah, again, Elevate looking pretty strong, but now we should see Inevitable responding with a full buy. So it's going to be interesting to see which side they choose to execute. Or maybe they're not going to go for fast push. Maybe they'll play it slower. But I know typically, I see in North America, a lot of teams like to just go for fast pushes on this map. So I don't know. We'll have to see how they play it out. But maybe I'm going to be proven wrong, as it looks like they're kind of spreading out right now. And it's going to be Miracle with the Eurasia over towards Storage. Nobody can be peeking him though, and yeah, that smoke is just going to deny any of his vision. As of right now, Elevate playing very disciplined, not pushing up too much or anything. Interesting setup, only playing Annoy by himself B mid and having nobody B long, so he's going to have to deal with these B long players and potentially B mid if that person decides to push in as well. Annoy able to find the first headshot on the Bath. Now the frag is coming out to find some chip damage, but it's not going to be the kill. And somehow Annoy is still alive. He's able to get prodded down to very low HP, but can't find the kill. And now Juvie is going to dominate this very powerful angle on the tarps as Inevitable tries to push the B side. The question is, will they expect him to be playing in this position? Looks like Vape may be trying to jump stall for some info. Unable to spot anyone just quite, but he does have a smoke for the glass to sort of stall out that push. And now only 48 seconds on the clock. Inevitable is going to have to decide if they want to continue to commit to this B push or if they want to rotate. Frag kill coming out from Vape there on the Prada. Juvie gonna have to do some work towards these belong players. We see the frag come now. He's able to kill Silver. Spots the second one there, but he's gonna get flashed by his teammate and be forced to back up a little bit. SE chooses to reload the M4. Now Miracle with the Erasure able to drop Juvie on site. Flash coming out to try and stop the tower peak. It is going to hit Vape, but it's not going to cross off that, unfortunately. And Miracle still going to have to deal with these tower players with only 15 seconds on the clock. Now the utility dump is coming out to try and secure that cross. And it's looking like Inhale is able to get that bomb down. And Miracle finding Vape with the Eurasia as well. And we're in a 2 versus 2 retake. Elevate going to have to see if they can't take the bomb site. We do have a smoke to sort of cut off a little bit of the vision. And that is just going to help Inhale get the kill onto Pretzel. He just plays around that smoke just a little too much. Oh, what is that wallbang from Nezelo, though? He's able to drop Miracle. Inhale, last man alive, dancing around by the tower truck, and he's really just playing with this man right now. And Nezelo, he's eventually going to have to make a move, but we see the peak from Inhale as he's going to fold that round to Nezelo, giving Elevate their 9th round on the board. I think that was a very questionable play for him to peek out there. He had every advantage in the books. I mean, he was dancing around that truck.
Yep.
He was stopping Nezelo, and then he just decided to swing, and that's when it all went down for Inevitable there.
Yeah, not the like I said, not the best decision there for them to do that.
You can see Vape's 15 and 10.
Yeah. Again, Inevitable just seems to be making slight mistakes. that are costing them rounds, costing them gunfights, and it seems to come down to nerves and them just being a little nervous. I am excited to see what map number two is like playing on Bureau with Inevitable, as I think you'll see a different team. I think they're going to go to map number two. It's like, okay, we did it. We played around against Elevate. Yes, we won, but it's winnable. We can do this. We just got to play a little bit as a team, get our nerves under control, um, or not. We'll see. Still a lot of time left here in map number one. Miracle, the last player alive, going to drop down Annoy, trying to escape with his life. Doesn't have much of it left, only 20 HP, and he should be down. Ooh, take that back. Little distraction there, and Vape is going to finish him off there. Be long. 10-6, Elevate has won every single round since we've come into the flip here.
Yeah, again, we're seeing a bit of this broken buy from Inevitable with, we see the AK, the burst forced up, and then deagles from two other players. So, again, you can clearly tell that the team play, the communication just isn't there for Inevitable. And honestly, that is like I want to call it a rookie mistake, because it's like, that communication is such a simple thing to fix, and it can cost you so many rounds. So they'll probably be learning from their mistakes after this game, most likely.
Neslo, Euratio in hand, trying to find somebody. Just some quick blink scopes coming out of there. Man, Vape is just going off right now. 2 kills with the SG. Trying to find the man through the smoke. Going to go for the swipe.
Oh my.
Elevate shown they are here to play. Miracle once again forcing out that Euratio. 11-6 here. It is looking like we are going to be going into match point here in round number 18, unless Inevitable is going to be able to come up with something big. They just haven't been able to do anything on the breach side yet. They've had some time to play, had some time to work it out, but I don't think they're able to do it. We'll see though. Frag grenade coming in, Vape throwing one. He'll be able to throw another one. Bath eating a little bit of that, down to 55 HP. Trying to decide where he wants to go. Another one coming in. He got one player coming from the backstab. Prada finding Vape. Seemed like he was playing a little more aggressive, a little more cocky there in that round, or maybe excited was the word I should be using, not necessarily cocky. They do have a nice advantage here over Inevitable, trying to get a couple players down here early. Annoy getting caught with his knife out. Bath is going to drop him, and this might just end up being the first round that goes here to Inevitable. Neslo with the sniper rifle in hand, and his other two teammates, Pretzel and Juvie, respectively, rocking the AUG. Pretzels is going to be the first player to meet them here on top of the B site. Miracle finding Juvie, and now in a 2 versus 5, we'll see what Elevate can do here.
Somehow Pretzel has not been spotted playing in this angle. Eventually he is going to be swinging out. Ooh. Oh, a nice headshot from Pretzel, unable to find another one though, and they're going to, as you were saying, Inevitable picking up their first round of this half.
He's going to reset that loss bonus so they had, but they still had a decent amount of cash there saved up to work with. Miracle bringing out the ratio once again, and we see a couple AK-40 or one AK-47, a couple AUGs, and SG there for Prada and Team Elevate. Rocking what they had basically rocking last time, except Neslo trading that E ratio out for an AUG. Bath looking around, giving away his position, trying to see if he can bait out Vape, and Vape is going to take that bait as he strafes on in there to his A site. Neslo watching his cart. Vape trying to find somebody there through the cart, and Neslo is going to be the first to strike, dropping it down. Inhale. It should be able to give a little bit of information on that thing. Need to get a second or so to be able to look into that site. Vape, again, just trying desperately to find somebody through those carts where those players here on the breach side are backing up into storage and beginning to make that rotation over here towards the B site now. You need to move a little more quickly, though. They're kind of spread out here. One is hanging back. I believe that's Miracle, going to be watching their storage. They're going to have to contend with Annoy over here, and Pretzels is waiting for them right inside of waiting room. Miracle, again, this player here on side of storage, looking to see if he can come up with a pick over there towards that A site. Annoy about to have an all. Oops, shots have been fired over here. They should be given the call, and you begin to see a rotation coming around here for the side of Elevate to go ahead and reinforce this B site. Prada going to find a nice headshot there on Annoy, but he did get a lot of his health taken away from him in that gunfight. Ooh, Pretzels with a messed flashbang. A little bit of a noob move right there. 12 seconds left in this round. Inevitable. Been playing the clock. They've gotten a little too comfortable with it, though, and they don't have enough time to plant the bomb, and this should be another round going here to Team Elevate. All they gotta do is stay alive. They are able to stay alive, and we're here at match point for Team Elevate.
Yeah, like you said, match point. Inevitable got a little bit too comfortable not choosing to, hit the site. And I think when they were ready, they just didn't have the utility they needed to go for, across towards the bomb plant. They had to deal with all those players, on the head glitches and playing in towers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just wasn't there. But it's looking like Elevate for the Inevitable for the most part pushing towards A. Bath already made his way into the back of site, but he's going to get dropped by Juvie. I know he's finding one as well over towards the B side. That's going to leave these 3 A players alone in a 3 versus 3 take. I don't know if they're going to be able to take the A site with all these smokes and everything in hand. Ezlo able to find one. Get second as well. He's going to be doubling up. Maybe he can get the triple to close it out, but it's going to be Vape getting that headshot and Elevate closing off the first map 13-7. Looking pretty solid for their grounded setup. I'm not too surprised by the outcome, to be honest.
No, I mean, again, that coalition side, there's something about it. You can win so many rounds on that coalition side, and Inevitable wasn't able to do it when they had that coalition advantage. They were in their flip all tied up, and it was basically inevitable at that point that Elevate was going to go ahead and take that round without too much, or that map, that is, without too much difficulties. Without too many difficulties. Elevate winning 13-7. Inevitable was able to put 1 point on the board there on the flip. Again, I'm liking what I'm seeing from them. I'm just seeing some nerves, some nervous mistakes being made by them. I think if they can go ahead and change that coming to map number 2, I think it'll be a lot closer, and it could even go to them. But again, Elevate just has the achievements. They've been in this spot before. This is, I don't want to say nothing special for them. It's not just another day, but it's kind of in between there. It's okay. We're here in the semifinals, but we've been here before. We know how to handle this. Inevitable as a team and as potentially for some players. Again, I don't know if they're playing under new names or whatnot, but we're just going to assume they're new players here. They've not made it to this spot before. It's a little more nerve-wracking to be there, especially when you're on stream and people are watching. Even though you're not watching the stream and reading the comment section, you still know you're being streamed, and there is that pressure that can come into it. Folks, we will see what happens here in map number 2 shortly. But before we do that, we'll have a quick break, and we'll be back to dissect a little bit what happened in map number 1 before we hop into map number 2. We'll see you on the flip side. Yo, 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 welcome back, mobile esports fans. Map number 2 being prepared as we speak. I am Sudden Death. Manthus is my co-caster. We just watched Elevate take down Inevitable on map 1 of this best of 3 on Grounded. We got map 2 coming up here shortly, but before we do so, let's take a look at the amazing code that is esports mobile, which gets you 10% off anything on gfuel.com. That's right, 10% off any product on gfuel.com. There's really no better way than to enjoy mobile esports streams with a nice chilled shaker full of your favorite G Fuel energy formula. Whatever the case may be, whatever your favorite flavor is, it doesn't matter. Code esports mobile doesn't discriminate. You can get 10% off that purchase on gfuel.com. Just apply that code esportsmobile at checkout for 10% off your entire purchase at gfuel.com. Not only do you get the amazing product that is G Fuel, but you help us out here at Mobile Esports, which we do greatly appreciate. Once again, for the final time, that code is esports mobile for 10% off your entire purchase at gfuel.com. All right, folks. Got some replays coming up of what happened on map 1 there of this best of 3. Again, Inevitable ended up winning 13-7. Did see a decent half, though, for Inevitable when they were on the Coalition side, as they were able to keep everything tied up. There were some decent plays. Individually, I think Silver probably stood out for me the most on the side of Inevitable. Miracle as well. We were calling me or Cole there at first. Also with the ratio later on in the map stood out to me too. Overall though, Elevate just was way more prepared to come into this map than Inevitable was. I think, like I said, you can kind of see some of the players were a little nervous on Inevitable. They haven't been to this spot before as a team, and probably as some of the individual players themselves have never been this far into a tournament playing against a team that is Elevate. So they were just a little more nervous coming into this. We'll see how they play map number 2 though. Hopefully those nerves will be a little more under control. Maybe they go ahead and get themselves some G Fuel to help keep those nerves on the low key. But enough of me rambling. Manthus, what did you see? What stuck out to you there on map number 1?
Well, and I mean, like, again, map number 1, Inevitable, they were doing Final Coalition, but when it came to them being on the breach side, maybe they're just getting nervous or maybe just lack communication. But I feel like the whole, buying off the rip without checking the economy for the rest of your teams, I feel like that's just, like, such a... It's an easy mistake to fix if you, like, want to work on fixing it, but it can just cost you so many rounds for no reason. I felt like Inevitable just not having a full buy on their end cost them a lot of rounds. Again, I think Elevate, statistically speaking, they were set to win this map. I remember they had like 25 maps on just specifically for Grounded, and I remember earlier in the stuff we were looking, they have like about 70-something maps in total, and about a third of them were on Grounded, and they've won on Grounded 80% of the time. So I mean, Elevate NA, they've got to be feeling like Grounded is probably one of their strongest maps specifically. So I'm
Yeah,
not surprised that they ended up taking that first map, by storm.
Yeah, no, definitely. Totally agree. Bureau, though, we'll have to see if that is a different story here for Inevitable. We're going to go ahead and hop into map number 2 right now, as both the teams are ready. I don't believe they have knifed yet, but we will see in just a moment if they have. So let's go ahead and hop on over there and see what's going on. Nope, the knife round hasn't taken place. So we're going to get a knife, see which team will be starting on which side, and then we'll be able to go ahead and get rid of our semi-attractive faces and hop on into map number 2. Chat, let us know your predictions here in the YouTube poll, as well as letting us know what the round count will be down there in the comments section. If it's going to be another 13-7, or maybe it'll be even more lopsided, or more of a close match. And who will be taking the W? Will it be Inevitable, or will it be Team Elevate? With that being said, I think we are about ready to go. Waiting for the final confirmation here for the knife round to start. Again, we're just waiting for the reset to come on in here, and then we can go ahead and hop on into that. Be curious to see if Team Inevitable has played. I think this is Inevitable's pick, if I recall correctly, from the map vetoes. So if this is a map they prefer to play on, if this is a map they're much stronger on, if they have more experience on it, we're gonna find out here. Knife round just about to start, and we are off here into the knife round.
Curious to see what side Inevitable pick if they end up winning.
Yeah, yeah. I was just going over that in my head. What would you better? I mean, if you win, I always like to start on the breach side. That way I get the coalition side to go into it, at least for most maps. Coalition winning right there. That's going to be Pretzels from his perspective. We're watching. Elevate will decide which side they want to start out on. Probably going to be on the breach side. Yeah, they're going to say the breach side. Pick the terrorists to start out on. Again, you go into the flip. You're on the Coalition side, and these are more traditionally paced and styled maps, like we talked about at the beginning, where you do have more of a traditional Coalition advantage, unlike a map, say like Soar or actually I take that back. Soar can be a little more Coalition sided, but Port is a great example, and Raid, both two maps that the breach can get an upper hand on if they know how to play it properly. Well, with all that being said, though, let's go ahead and hop into map number 2, round 1. It's the pistol round. Let's see who's going to get into the early cash advantage here and who's going to be putting a nice little buffer between them and their opponents. That's decided pretty quickly here, usually in round 1. Watching Pretzel's perspective as he moves down, he is the bomb carrier, about to push in here towards the B side. Miracle going to try to get a Miracle kill, but he's not going to be able to do. Nezzle's going to throw down the ground. Vape going to find Inhale as well. Only 3 players alive now outside of Inevitable. They're going to find one Prod, drop it down Nezzle to the ground. Vape and Pretzel's quickly twisted up with Assault in the wounds. It's Pretzel's with nice little 2K to finish that round off, and a first point going on the board here for Team Elevate without too many difficulties. Elevate getting the cash advantage, moving on in here to round number 2. That should allow them to take the next round and usually the round after that. I'm liking Pretzels pulling out the Chris Vector. We saw that pulled out yesterday by Mixage, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, but Inevitable not looking to surrender this round just yet. Looks like they're forcing, at least a couple of them are, again, seeing a bit of the mixed economy coming out from them. Hopefully history doesn't repeat itself with them making that mistake a lot again. But either way, Elevate, they're ready to push into B-side, but they might be surprised by the fact that there are a few guns on the side of Inevitable. It's going to be Silver here with the burst. Oh, but he pulls his knife out at literally the worst time, and Juvi's going to peek him and drop that weapon. And it's going to be Bath and Prada left alive. Prada able to secure an AK that was dropped earlier on in the round, but he's going to have to deal with Juvie here on site. Bath able to find one with that shotgun, and he's going to have to deal with both of these players. Not much he can do there. Inevitable, a valiant effort from them again. I mean, look how close they made that. And they bought 2 guns versus, you know, I wonder what would have happened if they all had bought. Maybe that round would have ended differently for them. We can see his map stats on screen right now. Inevitable played Bureau once in a tournament and they won. Whereas Elevate, they've played it 8 times and they're about 50-50 on it right now. So maybe we'll see a little bit harder of a time compared to last time where they had like an 80% win rate on Grounded. Elevate might have a bit harder of a time pulling the win together on Bureau, but it's going to come down to how Inevitable ends up playing this out. Bath going to eat that flash in the face, and Pretzel just swooping in. They're going to be taking A side by storm super quickly. Inevitable coming in for this full retake here. As we can see, the bomb is going to be planted right now. It's going to be Prada here in the Coalition spawn, ready to peek on the site. Can manage to find the kill onto Juvie, and the double nades are coming out. That's going to get Miracle down to half HP, and Juvie going to clean up the kill with the burst as well. And it's down to a 2 versus 5. And just to say that, both players get dropped. Elevate starting off strong, and Inevitable are really being punished right now by their economy. They chose to force, even though they lost both of those rounds. And now, once again, they still can't even full buy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love the fast-paced play here by Elevate on the Breach side. That's usually what you want to see the Breach team do. You want to start out playing very, very aggressively here, get yourself a little bit of a lead, and then if you're a really, really good team, then you should be able to switch up the momentum, start playing a little slower. You've gotten the Coalition in a spot where they're a little more nervous. Hopefully you can get a couple picks and then move into the bomb site at a slower pace, and that's what Inevitable's doing right now, and they're playing this Breach side excellently. Currently, 3 players have been dropped so far on the Inevitable side to make that only 2 left alive. Now it's 4, almost a 5th there. Annoy and Vape going to finish those players off there and make it that 5th player getting dropped for Inevitable. And Elevate has taken their lead up here to 4 as we move into round number 5.
And once again, we're seeing a bit of a force buy coming out from Inevitable. 2 bursts in their hand. I'm curious to see how teams still can buy the burst after the update comes out. I know in the beta right now, the burst has been nerfed pretty heavily since it's a pretty powerful weapon right now, so I don't know if teams will opt to force that burst assault rifle in the new update. But as of right now, Bath is ready to do some damage with this. All these players bunch up, but he can't find anyone through the smoke, and he's going to get sprayed down return by Pretzel. Inhale, eating that frag grenade to the face as he tries to rotate. He's going to get dropped down to 39 HP. Going to make it hard for him to find the impact. Oh, what is that pre-fire from Neslo? Just going to be taking him out. Again, he was a one-shot, so not too hard of a kill for him to get. Miracle spamming through the smoke, able to find that headshot and return on a Pretzel. But now Elevate, they're not even going for the bomb plant. They just push through the smoke and take out the players. And Elevate, yeah, they're definitely feeling very confident right now. 5-0 on the Breach side. and this isn't looking too solid for Inevitable. I mean, as of right now, they haven't taken an eco round this whole game yet, and I think that's what they need to do, is slow it down for one round, take that full eco, because they don't really have the utility to be stalling these pushes, and I feel like you need that a lot on Bureau specifically. Like, they don't have the smokes, they don't have the flashes from all these players to, be stalling out these pushes. They're letting Elevate push up way too easily. And as long as they keep forcing, they're not going to be able to afford to buy utility with their guns.
Yeah, no, and again, this is the lack of experience I think they have as a team. There's a little bit of nerves once again, just seeing the way they're kind of jiggling back and forth. They're not as comfortable here in this map as they might be, and part of that not being as comfortable is you have no utilities to work with. You have no smoke to give yourself a little bit of cover or anything like that. Miracle though with a little impressive showing, picking up a 2K with that HK. Last play left alive here for Elevate is going to be Juvie. We'll see what he can do. He easily drops down Bath, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and make the rotation over here towards B site. He does have the bomb in hands. He should have no problem planting it. That is.
Oh yeah, that pick on the A side is going to be exactly what Juvie needed to completely dominate B side. Silver is still pretty confident that Juvie's going A, but now that the bomb's been planted, he's going to be making his way over towards the B site. The question is, how will Juvie play this retake? He's planted in kind of an open spot. He's going to be swinging Van Hall, going for kind of a ballsy rotation play. I don't know if that should have been happening there. But yeah, Juvie going to get dropped and give Elevate their first round on the board.
D Silver and his team, once again, very new to the critical ops scene. Yet to take into any account for their rating, KD, etc., etc. But that definitely will be updated next time this team plays. And I hope they do stick together as a team. No matter what the outcome is, whether they end up moving into the finals and winning, or if they end up losing here to Elevate in this best of 3 series. I hope they do stick together as a team, as I do see promise in the way individually with the way they play, but I think they need more experience with their team chemistry and as well as in tournament settings. And like you said, the communication is something they really got to work on, which comes with that team chemistry. Multiple shots being fired here by Prada and crew, looking down there towards the entryway into B site. Vape is going to be the first to strike, taking Silver on out of there. One of their better players. Miracle and Hell getting kills respectively here. Neslo trying to work his way into sight. There's 4 players to contend with. He's looking to see if he can find one. He's going to peek out in Hell. He tries to peek on out of there. Neslo pushing in, sees the player on his left, and a quick flick will finish him off. Juvie also getting 2 kills there in the vents. 6-1. Inevitable is retaking their lead up by 5.
And yeah, just like that, Inevitable they picked up around the elevator response with the win. That is going to reset their loss bonus. As of right now, Inevitable, they still have the money left over to go for a buy here. It's looking like, at least for the most part. But looking in the next round, probably going to see less money. Then again, with the way Inevitable plays, I mean, they haven't taken an eco round yet this game, so I don't know if they're going to, despite the lack of money that they might have if they lose this round. But I guess we'll have to see how this plays out. Elevate, interestingly enough, the bomb playing by itself over towards them, that's a very risky play, but I guess it's going to work out for them because nobody on 7 Inevitable is going to be holding Pretzel. Just say that though, Miracle able to pick up 2 before getting finished off by the frag grenade, and then Hale peeking long, able to take out 1 before Juvie trades them out. We're down to a 1v2. Silver is the last man alive. Flash coming out, he's able to spot. Juvie tries to smoke himself off, but last player come from behind him, and he has no idea. Vape's going to clean up that round for Elevate. Nice and easy. That lurk from him coming in really powerful at the end of that round. And again, Inevitable. They lose that round. They can still buy. I guess I lied. They are going to have plenty of money coming into this round. Again, forcing the Augs, they don't have as much of the utility though, which I don't know how I feel about that. They don't really have the smokes to stall out the pushes. But we'll have to see how Elevate ends up taking this one.
Round number 9 here. Elevate looking to extend their lead up to 7. We'll see if that takes place or if Inevitable is going to put another point here on the board. Pretzels has striked and found Silver. Miracle going to trade out Pretzels there, getting that refrag. A little revenge for his team. Bath popping out of the corner, going to see 1. It's going to be Neslo going up against him. He's not going to be able to finish him off. Was able to land a burst, though, which should help Prada here in the vents. Juvie is moving down, and he should be able to hear him move across those vents. He gives away his position with that firing, and he's about to meet a Noi coming out of there. Getting caught with his knife out, and he takes the full force of that SG in Noi's hands. And Elevate has extended their lead up to 7 here, and I have to say this is not looking good for Inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's like these guys are allergic to taking an eco round or something, dude. Like they can't do it. They refuse to just lay down the guns for one round. And that's where it's like, you know, if you're losing this many rounds anyways, you might as well take that one eco. Like it's probably gonna benefit you a lot more if you just don't force for one round.
Agreed. Oh, inhale, funny pretzels there.
Just to say though, it's looking like Elevate's probably gonna end up losing this round. I guess the force came in clutch for Inevitable for round number 10. Juvie finds one, but he can't pick up the second product, gonna clean up that round. Heading into round number 11, Inevitable, they've picked up 2 rounds on the board, but I mean, honestly, that's just such a low amount for the Coalition side. You gotta be picking up a few more rounds. I mean, maybe if they can pick up these next 2, they'll have a chance going into the next half, but I think it's gonna be very difficult for Inevitable to do much, especially on the Breach side. Last
Multiple
place coming up
killing.
from Elevate. Yeah.
Miracle sitting perfectly to pick up a kill there, finds Juvie, and that should slow down the elevate push over there towards A, but they don't care about A. They know they can go towards B. Bath and Miracle, the last 2 players at the live here. Bomb hasn't planted. It's Pretzels and Nezolo here on the elevate side of things. Bath gonna pop into vents and sees what looked like an AFK Nezolo, and Bath is gonna double up there on Pretzels. And this will be another round going to Team Inevitable.
Man, I just said it. Maybe if they can get 4 rounds, it's looking possible, and they might be able to do so. I mean, they definitely have the money here coming into this final round of the half. I mean, they're gonna have full buys. They should all, you know, they can. That man Silver should at least be able to get a drop from one of his teammates. But I mean, yeah, they definitely have the money coming into round number 12. We're seeing the Euratio come out from Juvie. I wonder where he's gonna be playing with that on this round. I don't know what kind of peak he's going for. It looks like he's running up mid, interestingly enough. We see a flash coming out. Silver's gonna eat the full extent of that flash, and that's gonna allow Juvie to peek through and take out Prada. Unfortunately, Silver can't do much to support his teammate there. He's gonna spot Silver just completely oblivious to the fact that there might be another player over there. Miracle on the A side, but he's going to walk right into a noise crosshair with that Euratio. Juvie finding another pick as well with the Euratio. It's going to be Bath, last man alive in a 1v4, and it's looking highly unlikely for him to pick up this round as Elevate's planning the bomb on A side right now. They have a lot of map control for this retake. I mean, they're watching everything, even the flank. He's going to have to deal with Juvie on that Euratio here, and he's going to get dropped. Elevate, make it at 9-3 as we head into the flip.
Well, maybe it's the breach side the Inevitable needs. Maybe they like the faster paced play. Maybe they like to plant the bomb. Maybe they like to be on offense. Maybe that's the case. We'll see. This could be Inevitable side, or it could be all she wrote here for them. Round number 13 just about to start, and we are underway here. Pretzels and teammates setting up over here on B side. Looks like you have 4 players up here towards B, 1 hanging on over towards A server side. Juvie moving down here, Tree Hall, about to pop around the corner. Oh, I thought he was going to, but he's just going to opt to stay there inside of Orange and stay disciplined. He made a noise, and when he's going to look down Tree Hallway, not seeing anybody there. They should be able to look around over towards the A site, see if they get any information. Juvie thinking about throwing out that beautifully painted frag grenade. He does indeed throw that out, does a good amount of damage, and Vape isn't able to pick up a kill. Does a little more damage, but just not enough. Juvie is going to find Silver. XDA in his hands.
Looks like the bomb is being planted for Inevitable, though. And it's going to be Elevate on this 3 versus 4 retake for the B site. They do have plenty of time to work with, though. It's looking like Juvie's trying to wrap all the way around. That's going to be dropping Nestalo there. And it's going to be the XD45 from Juvie that I think will do the most damage if they come to take. I know he's going to spot that man's gun, stick it through the pillar, but he can't find the kill. Prada doubling up with that deagle, giving Inevitable their 4th round on the board.
Winning that pistol round will give them the cash advantage coming into round number 14, which will hopefully help them close the gap just a little bit more that Elevate has created.
It's looking like Elevate not choosing to go for the eco though. We see the shotguns coming out from Annoy and Vape. Rest of them still rocking those pistols. And we're seeing a bit of a B execute. Actually, maybe a Vent Hall push from Inevitable. I can't tell what they're planning to do here. Vape gonna push through the smoke though. This could be huge if he ends up committing to the push. I can't tell if he's going for it because he's just hiding in that smoke right now. Pretzel with the P250 in hand trying to do some work. Man, I know Vape is about to come in huge here with this shotgun. The second the smoke fades. Oh, and just like that, the player walks through him, but he's gonna get spotted out by Bath. And doubling up, taking out Annoy. Pretzel finding a pick with that P250 before getting dropped. But now we're in a 2 versus 4, and I mean, make that a 1v4. No guns on the side of Elevate. And I'm thinking this isn't gonna work out. Looks like Silver might be AFK in the back there, but it's not gonna matter. At least for Nuzlo. He's currently holding the sketch push. He might be able to find the sketch player. Oh, just to say that he's gonna turn around. And that timing is going to get the best of him. And now Nezelo is going to be backing up after getting spotted out in the intel. And yeah, that's a nice and easy kill for Prada as we close off this round. Maybe... Oh, it looks like Silver just came back at the last second there, just in time to buy up a weapon coming in around number 15.
So we're not doing too bad here on the breach side. Inevitable winning the last 2. And Eco being played... or could have been played, not being played here by Elevate. $400 left in their accounts, but they don't care. They're planning on taking this. At least that's what they're thinking. Inevitable isn't going to make it easy for them. Flashbang coming in, going to blind. I don't know who that was over there. It was Annoy. Blind, but still finds Bat there through the smoke and the big flash in his eyes. 4v4 here. Inhale picks up that refrag on him. It's looking like we might see Inevitable once again go through those vents here. We'll see if Pretzel decides to push up and make it a little more difficult for them. Juvie here in a difficult spot, trying to decide if he needs to move towards vents or back down into Orange Hall.
Vape, I think this is a flank coming out from him. He's made his way all the way around. Maybe he's going to have an altercation with the player in vents here. We see the flash coming out. He's going to spawn multiple players. That frag coming out. That's going to be some huge damage. Miracle dropped down to half HP. But surely by now, Inevitable has the information they needed. Pretzel doubling up with an Ogdo. Make that 3. Looking to get the 4th on the Protoss. He's pushing up into the vent hall area here. He's about to get surrounded. And Pretzel quadruple kill for that round with the Og coming in huge despite the fact that his teammates didn't have weapons. And I mean, that's got to be really defeating for Inevitable. You see, most of them don't have guns. Then Pretzel is the wild card that comes in and shuts everyone down. Take a look at his stats on screen here. 75 maps from him. That is a lot for a competitive player. A win rate of 69% and a KD of 1.25 on the role of entry/support. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that is extremely solid. Yeah, I mean, those are extremely solid stats, no matter which way you look at them. I mean, the win rate, incredible. With that amount of maps played, entry fragger, you know, as a 1.25 KD, almost 1.3, incredibly impressive. They've been annoying, rocking those shotguns. Shooting skeet there on Silver. Oh my gosh, that happened fast. A sea of blue coming in there. Pretzel's doubling up with the AK and Vape in between that sandwich with the SG.
Money isn't there for Inevitable, but they're gonna be opting again for a mixed buy. It's like, come on guys, just commit to one buy as a team. I don't know what the plan is here. Like, you're inevitably choosing the loss by splitting up the econ like that.
See what you did there?
Frag coming out, Nezelo gonna pick up the kill on the Bath with it. Silver is full flash, but he doesn't care. He's just running into the A side here. And Nezelo gonna be looking to find another one. He's gonna double up on the Silver, make that 3 before the frag finishes him off. Juvie gonna be having to deal with these last 2 players on the A side. He's able to spot out Miracle. Frag coming out for chip damage onto Inhale. It's gonna get him down to 28 HP. That's gonna be huge damage from it. And Inhale in 1v2, I'm not sure if he's aware he's getting flanked from Vape as well, though. It does look like he just turned around to check that, though. Oh, but the timing's gonna get him on that smoke just as it fades. Vape is waiting for him. And Elevate, taking it into match point as we head into round number 18. And I don't know, Inevitable gonna have to pull off a miracle here if they want to, you know, bring this back. Overall on the scoreboard, Elevate doing pretty good. I mean, 17, 16, 15, 14 kills on that coalition side. They're looking pretty, a lot of these players are performing well. Not really one player hitting too hard. That's what you
Yeah.
like to see.
Again, individually, I'm impressed by Inevitable, but as a team, they don't have the I don't want to say the ability to be they don't have the experience to be Elevate. That's really what it's coming down to. They're just small little mistakes they're making. I mean, again, just always forcing or doing broken buys instead of just, hey guys, we're going to commit to an eco this round so we can come into the next round a little stronger. They're not doing any of that, and that's really what's hurting them here.
And look at
Elevate.
this. They bunch up towards A, but they didn't push in. They gave Elevate so much time to rotate. Now Nezelo is holding a really
Hmm.
powerful angle with this bug as these players can make their way towards him. He is going to get dropped though
Oh,
by Prada, not able to find the kill. It's going to be Juvie last man alive in a 1 versus 5. Oh, what is that flick headshot on the Miracle before he gets dropped by Bath? Oh my goodness, Juvie. That
a
was an
miracle
insane
flick right
shot.
there.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
Elevate here, still at match point, 1 round away from taking the W out of Inevitable's mouth. Inevitable has a long, long way to go without any screw ups in order to make the comeback. Can they do it? Chat, let us know. Pretzels is flashed, hiding in the smoke with a shotgun. Those Vape coming out of the corner, loses gunfight to Bath. Bath has played very well here in map number 2. 2 players to his name before Annoy is able to drop it out here. Here comes Pretzels, finds Prada, trying to find Prada, misses the first shot, but comes back with the second one and drops him. Silver gonna find Pretzels, and it's all up to Nezelo here to finish off this 1 versus 3 with the ratio in hand. Whether he tries to finish with the ratio or save going into the next round, I'm not quite sure. I mean, look at that elevates cash. Ooh, damn. Nice little shot there by Nezelo on inhale. He needs to inhale here and take this slow. Quick look over to the right side. Silver just has the better placed crosshairs. 12-7. Inevitable winning that round there. Still match point here for Elevate.
Look at the Scar H coming out from Vape. Gonna be interesting to see if he can't do anything with that this round.
Yeah, that is not a weapon that is typically pulled out. I think it was pulled out once on the EU Asia side a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Not too popular of a weapon, the Scar H itself. I'm really interested to see if he's gonna be able to do any work with it. And he's already opening up with 1 kill. Can't quite double up, gets prodded down to very low HP. Juvie gonna be finishing off that kill, and now he has the Scar H in hand. And it's looked like Inevitable is gonna be rotating for the A play here. I'm not sure if Juvie's aware that there's a man right there behind him, and I don't think he knows. Miracle is holding this push, waiting to see if Juvie will push him. I don't think Juvie expects him to be holding this corner. And yeah, Juvie's gonna get dropped by Miracle. It's gonna be Annoy, last man alive, and 9 HP to his name. I think this play is probably just to save the SG. They don't want to give Inevitable too much momentum here. And they're gonna need all the money they can get to close off this game.
Annoy, 9 HP. Like you said, just going to opt to save here is probably the best decision. Inevitable having won the last couple of rounds, not shabby from them.
After taking that eco in the previous round, Elevate is looking to respond with a full buy, see if they can't close out the game here. There is plenty of money, and it's looking like Annoy might be dropping some utility to his teammates. They are going to be picking up some of those frags and flashes. And now it's going to be, what will Elevate do to see if they can close this out, or what will Inevitable do to keep themselves alive in this game? Annoy playing towards Belong here. We might be seeing a bit of an aggressive peek here. Flash coming out, and he's going to be swinging with the AUG, but he's going to get instantly headshot. A bit too much of an aggressive play from Annoy there. And just like that, Inevitable, look at that. They're all rotating off of that one pick. They're going to be making their way back towards the breach spawn, maybe deciding if they want to take it towards A or towards mid. And Bath has lurked all the way up towards Sand, though. He's still holding this position. I don't know if he pushes in or if he just holds his ground. As of right now, though, he has a really strong lurk, and he's waiting for his teammates to see if they can't make a move over towards the A site. And it's going to be Nezelo playing here in the back towards Labs. He's going to have to deal with these players. HK in hand, a really powerful weapon for this angle. He's able to drop one. Now the flash coming out. The frag is able to try and stall out the push. giving his teammates a little bit of time to rotate, but it's looking like Inevitable doesn't choose to force in the push off this. Does say the Pretzel doubling up, gets traded out by Bath. SB Prada last man alive in 1v2 to keep his team alive in this tournament, but he's gonna get dropped by Juvie, and that's a game over. Elevate have taken the lead 2-0, and they're gonna be moving on to the finals.
Well played there to Team Inevitable, but inevitably it was Elevate's game. 13-8 in map number 2. They win this best of 3, and they will be heading over to the finals to take on the winner of the next best of 3 semifinals coming up here in the next couple of hours. Actually, I guess it's just about an hour from now. Folks, at 3 p.m. Pacific time will be the next best of 3 series. That will be coming up. Make sure you subscribe here and you've rung the notification bell so you can get notified when we do go live with that. Again, congratulations to Elevate on winning over Team Inevitable. They will be advancing to the finals again to face whoever wins the best of 3 coming up here in just about an hour. Manthus, before we get out of here, you have anything you want to say?
I mean, Inevitable, they did fine, but like, I know you were saying this a lot. The teamwork just wasn't there for them, the
Yeah.
communication. And I think that's ultimately it played a huge factor into their loss. You could tell Elevate was really confident going into both of those maps. So it's gonna be interesting to see them versus the finals. It's gonna be versus whoever wins in the next semifinal stream that's coming up shortly.
Indeed. Again, chat, we will see you in just about an hour with the next stream. We'll see you then. With all being said, it's Sudden Death and Manthus signing out for just a quick little break. Peace.